Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. So courier work, right, I'm going to tell you how you can actually save a bit of money on wear and tear in your car if you are doing self-employed courier work. So if you have up to 100 plus stops per day in a lot of these rounds, and unless you're switching your car off when you get to the house to deliver a parcel, then you're going to be constantly stop starting your car. Now, as you will know, that puts a lot of stress on your starter motor and your battery. Now, a lot of the modern cars have something called stop-start technology. Point is, right, these systems are supposedly more robust. They can handle more cycles than a standard car without the technology. But, and here's the big but, right? If you're doing this sort of self-employed courier work and you're doing 100 odd stops and you're stopping the car every time, you're really not getting any benefit out of the more robust stop-start system, because your car will be stopped and started very quickly within like 1 or 2 minutes of you dropping the parcel off at a house, jumping back in, putting your foot in the clutch, and then your car jumps back into life again. Now, the batteries that are used in these stop-start systems are more expensive because they are designed to be deeper discharged than a standard lead acid battery. Without getting into the chemistry, because it's boring for people that don't understand it, so that's why these batteries are more expensive. But that doesn't mean they're foolproof. That doesn't mean they won't fail eventually. And even your starter motor, even though it's more robust, it's designed to take on more cycles of starting the car more often. They say it's up to 4 to 6 more cycles, but if you're doing this courier work, you'll be at the extremes of that. Because, for example, if you got 100 stops, right, and you go to a house, right, you stop the car, start it again, right, you drive for say a minute or so till you get to the next house, because if you're doing that many stops, they're probably in quite a tight contained area. So your car's not running for any more than a couple of minutes, and then you're stopping it again, and then you're starting it. So you're going to wear your battery out just as quickly because you're doing that kind of work, okay? So even though it's designed to handle more cycles, because you're doing a lot more than the average person would do in stop and starting, you're still going to wear that battery and that starter out. And that's exactly what happened to me just now. So basically, I'm having to replace the starter, and it's costing me around about £270 fitted to replace that, after having spent nearly £200 on a battery. So these systems, right, if you're going to be doing courier work, I recommend that you turn it off, okay? Maybe do it every 10 stops, or if you absolutely need to stop the car because you're going into a controlled entry and you can't see the car, like if you're just going to your house, right, and you're parked right outside the house, leave the car running, right, unless you're in an area where you can't see the car, like you're having to go around a corner and you can't park right outside the house, leave your car running. Because see the amount that you supposedly save in fuel from the thing shutting off, it's not worth the hassle of eventually having to replace a battery or a starter. And these things are more expensive in these cars that have that technology. So if it does go like it happened in mine, and these things are supposed to be more robust, they're supposed to handle thousands and thousands more cycles. But if you're doing, like I say, 100 odd stops or more every session that you're doing these deliveries, and you're stopping the car and starting it that frequently, you're right on the extreme of what the thing can actually handle. Do you know what I mean? So really, you're not getting any benefit out of it. Okay, the start stop technology is actually really a gimmick. It's an emissions thing so that they can qualify for less road tax and things like that. But in actual fact, it doesn't translate into any real world benefit for a driver anyway. Maybe if you were like driving around the city and you're caught in traffic and things like that, and you're sitting for ages, you don't want the car idling, then yeah, I could maybe see how it would come into play. But for things like doing what us couriers are doing, switch it off. There is a wee button, right? It's got an A symbol and it's got like a circle round it. I'll try and put an image of it on this video. It'll certainly be in the thumbnail anyway, right? And it's the same for most cars. The button can be located in different places. With mine, it's underneath the handbrake. So that'll be in the thumbnail of the video, right? But in your car, it might be on the console and the like where the air conditioning or the radio is. Press that as soon as you start your car, and that will disable the stop start system from activating when you're doing your courier work. Okay? And I recommend only stopping the car if you absolutely have to, like you parked somewhere that's not right outside the house and you have to, say, perhaps go around a corner and you can't see the car anymore, then yes, stop the car. If you're going into a block of flats with a parcel, obviously stop the car and take your key with you. Or if you're in an area where you think there might be a theft risk, otherwise disable it, press that button, because in the long run, it's going to save you possibly replacing an expensive battery or even more expensive having to replace a starter. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Just thought that would be a wee helpful tip for you there. Cheers.